Hey guys, so this is the video that you have requested a lot and that you've been waiting for, and I'm sorry, but I tried to film it and then I was just so unhappy with the results. I thought I was like boring and I gave like some very long answers to something I could have answered very quickly. So I decided to refilm it and this is the video. I hope it's not going to be a million minutes long, but let's get started. The first question is from Vinga Elina. Can you live off what you make from YouTube? And this has been asked on my Facebook page, by the way. That was one of the places you could ask questions, so I'm gonna put a link down below to my Facebook page that you could go like. And no, I don't make a living on YouTube, and there might be a lot of reasons to why I don't. Like, one of the reasons is that my channel might just not be big enough and I might just not get the views that I need to live from it. But also a lot of bigger YouTubers, they are signed with some kind of network, and those networks are helping them find sponsorships and brands to work with. Since I am just independent and haven't been signed to any network, I have to find all of those connections myself, or I have to wait for them to find me. So that makes this a bit more difficult to live from it, because YouTubers mainly earn their money from two things, and that is the ads that you see on the videos, like the ads you see before the video begins, and then it is sponsorships. Maybe some use merchandise, but those are the two main things. And since sponsorships are pretty like difficult for me, since I'm on my own, I don't make a lot of money on that. So no, I don't live from what I make on YouTube, and I don't know, it would be super cool, but apparently it's not possible right now, so yeah. So Sarah Rose 11 says, what is your best advice for somebody just starting out on YouTube? I think there's a lot of important aspects, but if you're just thinking in general, I would say the first thing is that you make videos with content that you care about and you stick to who you are. I think that's the most important thing. Like, as an example, it wouldn't make much sense for me to make a video about workout, gym, something, I don't know, something gym related, because that's really not something I care about. So stick to the things that you like, the things that you care about, and also that's gonna make it a lot more fun for yourself to do it. And in the beginning, I know that a lot of people worry about light and cameras and everything, but just start out with something you have already. Use like the light that's gonna come in from the outside. Just sit up against a window, as an example, in the daytime when you film your videos. Also, a lot of like mobile cameras, they're like pretty okay quality by now. So if you don't have the money to go purchase a big expensive camera, then use your iPhone or your mobile phone. But I think the most important thing, if you want to do well, is just to be yourself and make content that you care about. That's gonna shine through, I think. So Paloma Hernandez is asking, what did you study? Tell us about that experience. I studied multimedia design, and that's a 2-year education, and I finished that this past summer. And I think it was a good like experience when it comes to like social things. I think when it comes to learning, it wasn't that fulfilling. I don't know, maybe that's how you feel, like maybe that's a natural feeling when you're done with something, that you sit there and think, what did I even learn? Maybe that's pretty natural. But it was a good couple of years, and I am definitely ready to get started studying something else this summer. I just don't quite know what yet. I think it's quite scary to make those kind of decisions. I'm not very good at it. But yeah, I studied multimedia design, and I'm a multimedia designer. So I can do like graphical work, and I have some communication and marketing skills and stuff like that, but not gonna bore you with that. So Winchester is asking me, I wonder if you read books. Do you have any favorite books? The reason why I brought in this question, and she says, by the way, I love your videos. Thank you so much. The reason why I brought in this question is because it has 11 thumbs ups. So I felt like I had to, but I have answered this before. I don't really read. I get so I get bored so quickly when I do it. And I know that last time I said this, there was somebody saying that it's just because you need imagination, but I find it so hard to feel, I don't know, I just get so bored of like just reading words and imagining everything on my own. I'm such a visual person that I like to see things with my eyes, throughout my eyes, and I think like people are different, and that is how I'm entertained, that is through my eyes. And for somebody else, they might like to read words and imagine things on their own. Maybe it's because I lack of imagination. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just different from some people. So no, I don't read. I haven't. It's been a thing like throughout my entire childhood. I have pretty much never read a book. So maybe I'm just weird like that. Maybe, I don't know. I don't read. So Tess Verhorst, did you skip classes a lot when you were at high school? And this one has 9 thumbs ups. Of course I didn't. Not at all. No way. I did skip a lot. We've talked about this before, and my high school time was horrible, so I skipped classes as often as I could. I think I had, like, you could have 10% absence from your classes, and I had like 9%, like 9.9% or something. Like I was just trying to stay under the 10% so that they weren't gonna come and be like I was gonna get in trouble. So yes, I did skip a lot of classes in high school. It's definitely not something I recommend, but my high school time was horrible and I did not know what to do. Still, do not skip your classes. Maddie is gay says, Elise, do you ever think you'll make merch? I would love to do more, and there is some things like in the making. Like one of the coolest things would be to like design a brand. I like to have a brand on my own. That would be so awesome, to design dresses and stuff like that. That would be one of my absolute goals. That would be so cool. But yeah, I have some merch in the making. The only merch that I've been making so far is the Yes, I Have Dreadlocks, No, I'm Not Bob Marley t-shirts. If you think they are hilarious, I'm gonna put a link down below to the web shop. It was meant to be like a joke, because a lot of dreadheads, they experience that when you meet people and they see that you have dreadlocks, the only thing they can relate to is Bob Marley. So like I've had a guy singing to me when I was out partying one night in like the city. He was just singing, "No woman, no cry," and like it's like that's the only thing that people can, I don't know, relate to when it comes to dreadlocks. I don't know. So yeah, that was a long answer. Carla is asking me, how have you been since you moved out on your own? Are you feeling happier? I hope so. I'm feeling so much happier. I feel like I'm still broken inside. I have to admit that. Like there is certain thoughts that I'm trying to just push out of my head because they hurt. For those of you who might not watch all of my videos, my boyfriend and I broke up, and we had been together since I was 17. And it's still something I try not to think so much about, because it's tough. But I am feeling so much better. Like I feel good here. I feel safe in my apartment. I'm starting to like decorate everything, and I have so much joy in doing that. So I am getting better, but it's a healing process and it's a long process. So Terry Ann Bond is saying, hello Elise, my question to you is, what's your biggest dream and ultimate life goal, and how do you aspire to get there? Yeah, life goals is something I think is quite difficult. I'm always so scared of making goals for myself in case that I can't accomplish them. But I do have some dreams. Like I do have some things I would like to do. Like one of my biggest dreams is to buy an auto camper and drive around in Europe. That is something I would so love to do. But I also have a dream about finding an education that I'm happy about and finding a future job that I would like to wake up to every morning. One of the things that I'm very like into and very like focused on is being happy, and I feel like there's so many people out there having jobs that they hate, and that's something I almost can't bear. Like, it makes me so upset because I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can go through working like 30 years with something that I hate, that makes me upset, that I don't want to wake up to. So I think one of my biggest like goals and dreams, that is simply just to find a job that I want to wake up to every morning. But when that's set, that's still quite difficult for somebody like me because I'm so horrible at making decisions, and yeah. So eat memes for breakfast have asked me, do you believe in God? And I can answer that very quickly. No, I'm an atheist. And yeah, that's it. So a name that I can't pronounce asking me, what made you decide on the name for Luna for your rabbit? She's so cute. You can see that my logo is in one of the corners. That's a moon. And I don't know, when I got her, one of my lovely viewers were like writing under my video that she should be called Luna because I use like the moon and everything on my channel. I had the moon in my intro that I'm not using that much anymore actually. So in so many ways it just made sense to call her Luna, and it now makes even more sense because she is a lunatic. So now I kind of say that Luna is like the short name for lunatic. So it really makes sense, she is crazy. So Carl is asking me, are you on any dating apps, Tinder, Yellow, etc.? I just downloaded Tinder a few days ago actually, and it's not because I'm looking for a boyfriend. I'm really not. I'm not like ready for anything like that. But still, it's been months where I haven't felt very attractive or anything. Like, it's been half a year actually where I haven't felt like anybody needed me or really liked me or had an interest in me. It's been like pretty bad when it comes to that. So yes, I'm on Tinder now, and it is actually mainly just, I don't know, as a confidence boost. I think like every time there's a guy sending me a super like or something like that, it's somehow making me feel just a little bit better about myself. And that might sound silly, and you might think that's a kind of confidence that should come from within, but sometimes it can also come from like other people telling you that you're okay. And I think that's how I use Tinder right now. And I'm not looking for a boyfriend, I'm just looking for some kind of boost. Yeah, but I'm not dating and I'm not looking for a boyfriend. No, I really like to be alone right now and just figure out stuff on my own. So Lexi is asking you, what was the hardest part of moving out of your parents' house / childhood home? I'm going to be moving this summer and I'm excited but terrified. I think the hardest part when I moved out from my childhood home was my mom, because she was so sad. And also the part of just feeling like you're saying goodbye to your childhood. For somehow you're just thinking this is it, but you're gonna be okay, like, because there's so many positive aspects of moving out as well. Seriously, you can look forward to so many situations where you're just feeling that's so cool. I would have had to ask my mom or dad for them to approve of me doing this. Like, you can take showers in the early morning, in the late evening, you can eat whatever you want, when you want, you can listen to music, you can go to bed so late, you can do whatever you want. And I think there's so many pluses to look at as well. So yeah, but I think the most terrifying part of it was What's the feeling of saying goodbye to your childhood and feeling like there's no going back? This was it. I'm an adult now. I don't know if it makes sense. So I really have to hurry up. I'm 16 minutes now. Who else in your family has red hair? My boyfriend is a ginger, and it's so interesting to see how this genes passes down. I am the only ginger. My siblings are blondes, and my mom and dad were brunettes. Actually, I don't know what happened. What happened? And I'm a ginger, but I've heard that I should have somebody further, some old people in the family that were redheads. But actually it doesn't make sense when it comes to like my parents and my siblings. I'm just the odd one out. Very small, redhead, very pale. Yeah. So Tanya is asking me, have you always been into vintage clothes? And no, I actually haven't. It's something that I kind of picked up around the time that I decided to get dreadlocks, I think. I've always loved to like look around for old things at like thrift shops and stuff, but it has just been very rare that I got the chance to do that, because my mom isn't into like any of that, and my family just in general aren't. So it hasn't come very naturally. It isn't something that I've grown up with us doing, so it's something I've had to figure out on my own. So I think it happened when I moved out to live on my own. Then it just came very naturally that I started doing that, because you can do whatever you want when you live on your own. It's a plus. I'm gonna take Kira Marie as the last question. She's asking, dear Elise, if you could wish for anything now, what would it be and why? I think, seriously, I think it would be to, I don't know, it might sound so silly. I think it would be to figure my life out a bit better, to have more of a plan of where I'm going, because that is the main thing that I'm thinking about like most of the time right now. And it is just, where am I going? What am I going to do with my life? Like, I need to find some way to earn money for a living, and I don't know what to do. I don't know what I want to do. Like, I think that is the biggest struggle. It is trying to find out what I want to do, and my biggest wish right now is to, if I could know, if it's not something like that, and if it's more like a thing, I would just like to travel. I would like to just get myself that out to Canva and get out there to see something. But nothing is ever like that simple. But I am really trying to figure out a lot of things right now and grow as a person. Also, throughout the 5 years that I've been with Daniel, I've lost contact with so many good old friends that I really want to start talking to again. So there's a lot of building up that needs to be done again. And yeah, I don't know, I'm just a bit of a mess right now, I think. So confused, and yeah. But that was my Q&A. If you watched this to the very end, there should be something you should comment down below. Something funny. If you watched this to the end, comment super like in the comments down below. I don't think there's a lot of people who have watched this to the end. It's such a long video. I always ramble so much. But we made it through 16 questions. It looks like that. So that's pretty good. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a thumbs up if you did. And I will keep working on figuring out what I want to do with my life. And I hope you're all happy out there, doing well. And yeah, I'm gonna see you in the next video, and I'm gonna get going. Bye guys.